Which one I'm talking in? Oh, just talk right here? What's up?
How you feeling? Good to get back out of practice?
Good, yeah, man. It was a rough 2 weeks, sitting out, not being able to be out there and, showcase my skills. But, it felt great being back out here.
Do you feel like it's kind of a one-game opportunity now for you? You got to prove it all on Friday?
Absolutely. Of course, that's what I think. But I also think, I was having a great camp before I went down. So, I know a lot of these guys and the coaches know what I can do, on the football field. But, I'm just ready to, showcase that in the game Friday.
Well, you had a lot of momentum kind of going into that injury. I guess from your perspective, how tough is that when you're feeling good, you're kind of stacking days, and you're going to take a step back?
I mean, it was it was hard, of course. Me knowing that, I was having a great camp, and then I go down with an unfortunate injury. But, everything happens for a reason, and, every time, I get hurt, I come back better. So, like I said, man, I just, continue to, rehab, did everything I can to make sure that I can get back as quick as possible.
How tough was it to watch those 2 games on the sideline?
It was tough. It was tough, but, it was also fun getting a chance to, see those other guys play. But like I said, man, it's just a blessing when you can see also other guys, in your room be able to do great things.
Jay, assuming that they clear you to play and you make your preseason debut against the Falcons, what's the challenge of let's see you smile? What's the challenge of balancing those nerves because you're so ready to get out there and play without doing too much and possibly suffering yourself?
Yeah, with that, I just treat those games like practices. Treat everything the same as a preseason game, Super Bowl, practice. I treat it all the same so that when that game does come, I'm not as nervous. I'm gonna have a little butterflies because that's pretty normal, but. No, man, I feel like, if I prepare the right way, then, I have a, good chance of doing what I do.
What limitations, if any,
that I know of any. As long as I'm feeling well, then they're going to let me go.
So, obviously, tomorrow you'll be reassessed, but as it stands right now, come off the field, how are you feeling after those reps?
I'm feeling great. Feel like, back to myself after sitting the past 2 weeks, so... I'm just ready to, get on the field and be able to play against a different team.
How has this running back room been able to help you? You said, you got a couple veterans that have been able to help out. How have they assisted with you?
Well, the first thing, man, we're really connected in that room. We're really connected, and like I said, man, I lean on a lot of those older guys. Whenever I need some, they're there to help me, and they want to see us win too. As young guys, and I just think it's very good because, like I said, man, we're super connected in that room, so. We're willing to help one another, whatever it is.
How have y'all been able to find that balance of camaraderie but also competition at the same time?
With that, man, our coach makes us do a lot of things to where we compete, in our position rooms. We go do things together like bowling, we'll eat, just to build that connection. But at the same time, we know that, we're all here to compete. And, the good thing about that is we're here to compete, but, we all, striving for the same goal, which is win the Super Bowl.
Are you able to visualize your first NFL game?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I've been visualized the past 2 weeks. When I've been standing on the sideline. I think it's, good to, imagine things because, if you imagine things and you could see yourself, doing those things in the game. So, yeah, man, I just been, taking everything in the past 2 weeks. I've been sitting out and just watching the guys perform.
Do you find any value in looking, from the 30,000-foot view, being on the sideline, and find any value watching practice the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, absolutely, because, sometimes watching you see things that you may not see when you're playing. So, I think there's positives and negatives. But, I think it was a really good, chance for me to sit back and really watch the older guys and even the younger guys do some things.
There's going to be some big decisions made next week, not only on who gets cut, but who gets placed for the depth chart. Why should people bet on you?
Man, I just think I bring a lot of things to the table, that not only at the running back position, but, in the passing game, man. Like I said, man, a lot of times I say control what you can control, and, I just lean on, let God, do a lot of things, and, I just, try my best to perform the way I do on the field so that I can make that job easy for the coaches and everything.
Circling back to coaches really quickly, I asked Derek Foster about you, and he had nothing but high praise, saying that you came into training camp ready with the playbook in hand. Just talk about what he's meant to your development already as far as starting your NFL career.
Yeah, man, he's meant a lot. I tell a lot of people he's very similar to Coach Choice. I'm just very blessed to have, you know, two coaches, you know, the past 2 years to coach me at the running back position. And, you know, the thing with those two guys is they not only care about, you know, the football part, but they care about more the person and, you know, getting to know you as a person. So he's helped me, you know, a lot, you know, from when I first got here to now, man. Like I said, he made sure that I stay in the playbook because, you know, he know what I'm capable of, and he know, you know, how big of a piece I can be to this team. So, you know, he's a very good mentor and coach to me. Thank y'all.
Hope to see you out there.
Yes, sir. I'll be out there. No doubt.
You think they clear you already?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Well, I just kind of saw the smile on your face. Look at it,